Menopause is a natural biological process that marks the end of a woman's menstrual cycles. It's diagnosed after you've gone 12 months without a menstrual period. Menopause can happen in your 40s or 50s, but the average age is 51 in the United States. It's a journey, not a single event, and it brings a host of changes, both seen and unseen. These changes are driven primarily by a shift in hormones, particularly a decline in estrogen. This hormonal fluctuation is the conductor of the entire menopausal orchestra, affecting nearly every part of the body. Let's explore the profound anatomical and hormonal shifts that occur during this significant life stage. Understanding these changes can empower women to navigate this transition with knowledge and confidence. The journey often begins with perimenopause, which means around menopause. This phase can start several years before the final menstrual period. During perimenopause, the ovaries gradually begin to produce less estrogen. This is not a smooth, steady decline, but rather an unpredictable series of ups and downs. This hormonal roller coaster is what causes many of the early signs of menopause. Your menstrual cycles might become irregular, longer, shorter, heavier, or lighter. Think of your ovaries as having a finite number of eggs, a supply you're born with. As you age, this supply dwindles, and the ovaries become less responsive to the hormones that stimulate ovulation. Follicle-stimulating hormone, or FSH, is a key player here. Your pituitary gland produces FSH to encourage the follicles in your ovaries to mature and release an egg. As the ovaries become more resistant, the pituitary gland works harder, pumping out more and more FSH to try and get a response. This is why a high FSH level in the blood is a classic indicator that perimenopause is underway. The fluctuating estrogen levels during this time can lead to symptoms like hot flashes, sleep disturbances, and mood swings. It's the body's way of reacting to an unpredictable hormonal environment. Then comes menopause itself, officially defined as the point when you haven't had a period for 1 full year. At this stage, the ovaries have stopped releasing eggs and have significantly reduced their estrogen production. This drop in estrogen is the primary driver of the anatomical changes that follow. Estrogen is much more than just a reproductive hormone. It has over 400 functions throughout the body. It affects your brain, skin, bones, heart, and urinary tract. When its levels permanently decrease, these systems must adapt to a new normal. One of the most well-known symptoms of menopause is the hot flash. It's a sudden feeling of intense heat, often accompanied by a flushed face and sweating. While the exact cause is still being studied, scientists believe it's related to the hypothalamus, the part of your brain that acts as the body's thermostat. Declining estrogen levels seem to make the hypothalamus more sensitive to slight changes in body temperature. So, when your core body temperature rises even a tiny bit, the hypothalamus overreacts, triggering a massive heat release response, the hot flash, to cool you down. It's an internal thermostat gone haywire. Night sweats are simply hot flashes that occur during sleep, often leading to drenched sheets and severely disrupted rest. This lack of quality sleep can contribute to fatigue, irritability, and difficulty concentrating during the day. The hormonal shifts also have a profound impact on the brain. Estrogen plays a role in neurotransmitter function, including serotonin and dopamine, which regulate mood. Fluctuations and the eventual decline in estrogen can disrupt this delicate chemical balance. This is why many women experience mood swings, increased anxiety, or even feelings of depression during the menopausal transition. Some women also report brain fog, a term used to describe issues with memory and concentration. Research suggests this is a real phenomenon linked to estrogen's role in brain function and energy production within brain cells. The good news is that for most women, the brain eventually adapts to the lower estrogen levels, and these cognitive symptoms tend to improve in the postmenopausal years. Now, let's talk about anatomical changes in the reproductive system. Without the regular stimulation of estrogen, the tissues of the vagina and vulva can become thinner, drier, and less elastic. This condition is known as vulvovaginal atrophy, or, more recently, the genitourinary syndrome of menopause, GSM. It can lead to discomfort, itching, and pain during intercourse. The urinary system is also affected. The lining of the urethra, the tube that carries urine out of the body, also thins due to a lack of estrogen. This can make you more susceptible to urinary tract infections, UTIs. The muscles that support the bladder may also weaken, leading to issues like stress incontinence, leaking a bit of urine when you cough, sneeze, or laugh. The skin undergoes noticeable changes as well. Estrogen is crucial for maintaining skin hydration and collagen production. Collagen is the protein that gives skin its firmness and elasticity. As estrogen levels drop, collagen production decreases, leading to thinner, drier, and less supple skin. You might notice more fine lines and wrinkles appearing. The skin may also become more prone to bruising as the supportive network of collagen and fat underneath thins out. Hair changes are also common. The same hormonal shifts can cause the hair on your head to become thinner, while you might notice unwanted hair growth on your chin or upper lip. This is due to the changing ratio of estrogen to androgens, male hormones like testosterone, that all women have in small amounts. With less estrogen, the effects of androgens can become more apparent. One of the most significant, yet invisible, changes happens to your bones. Estrogen plays a vital role in bone health by regulating the process of bone remodeling. Your bones are in a constant state of turnover, with old bone being broken down and new bone being built. Estrogen helps to slow down the cells that break down bone. When estrogen levels plummet during menopause, this braking system is released. Bone breakdown starts to outpace bone formation, leading to a rapid loss of bone density. This is why the risk for osteoporosis, a condition where bones become weak and brittle, increases dramatically after menopause. A surprising fact is that a woman can lose up to 20% of her bone density in the 5 to 7 years following menopause. This makes fractures, particularly of the hip, spine, and wrist, much more likely. Maintaining bone health through diet, calcium, vitamin D, and weight-bearing exercise becomes critically important during this time. The cardiovascular system is another area of concern. Estrogen has a protective effect on the heart and blood vessels. It helps keep blood vessels flexible, manages cholesterol levels by increasing good HDL cholesterol and decreasing bad LDL cholesterol, and has other benefits for heart health. After menopause, women lose this natural protection. This leads to an increased risk of heart disease and stroke, and cardiovascular disease becomes the leading cause of death in postmenopausal women. Weight gain, particularly around the abdomen, is also a common complaint during menopause. This isn't just due to hormonal changes, but they certainly play a part. The drop in estrogen can influence how fat is distributed in the body, shifting it from the hips and thighs to the abdominal area. This type of visceral fat is more metabolically active and is linked to a higher risk of heart disease and type 2 diabetes. Furthermore, muscle mass tends to decrease with age, a process called sarcopenia. Since muscle burns more calories than fat, a decrease in muscle mass slows down your metabolism, making it easier to gain weight even if your diet and exercise habits haven't changed. It's important to remember that menopause is not a disease. It is a natural and inevitable part of a woman's life journey. The number of symptoms and their intensity varies widely from woman to woman. Some sail through with minimal discomfort, while others face significant challenges. Genetics, lifestyle, diet, and overall health all play a role in your individual experience. Understanding the why behind these changes is the first step toward managing them effectively. Knowing that brain fog is a temporary physiological event, not a sign of early dementia, can be incredibly reassuring. Recognizing that vaginal dryness is a common, treatable result of low estrogen can empower you to seek help. Menopause is a transition to a new phase of life, one that comes with its own wisdom and freedoms. The anatomical and hormonal shifts are profound, but they are a normal part of the aging process. By embracing knowledge and proactive health strategies, women can not only manage the challenges, but also thrive in the many years that come after menopause. It's a powerful chapter in a woman's story. We've covered a lot of ground, from hormones in the brain to the density of our bones. Each change is interconnected, orchestrated by the decline of estrogen. This journey marks a significant shift, but it's one you can navigate with grace and strength. Knowledge is your most powerful tool. For more insightful discussions on health and the human body, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Sex Education Rabo.